morning class. So as I have already discussed that what is analysis of variance, that is ANOVA, and especially one-way ANOVA. Now coming to how to calculate F ratio, that is analysis of variance. So let us discuss this with the help of one example. So you know the formula that F is equal to larger variance upon smaller variance. You can also say it is between group variance upon within group variance. So F ratio or Fs is equal to larger variance upon smaller variance, or between group variance upon within group variance. Now let us discuss with the help of one example. So there are three groups. You can see X1, X2 and X3, and these three groups are taught with three different methods. इनको तीन विधियों से पढ़ाया गया है, three different methods, और हर ग्रुप में 5 स्टूडेंट्स हैं. There are 5 students in each group. और कुछ दिनों के बाद अंत में इनका एक टेस्ट लिया गया है, and then one test was conducted on all the 3 groups. उसके बाद जो स्कोर्स आए हैं वो स्कोर्स यहाँ पे लिखे हुए हैं. 5 स्टूडेंट हर ग्रुप में हैं और उनका जो टेस्ट लिया गया उनको 3 अलग अलग विधियों से पढ़ाने के बाद उसके बाद जो स्कोर आए हैं वो यहाँ लिखे हुए हैं, X1 ग्रुप के, X2 ग्रुप के और X3 ग्रुप के. अब हमको ये चेक करना है, वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द इफेक्टिवनेस ऑफ दीज 3 मेथड्स. ये देखना है कि ये तीनों मेथड में से कौन ज़्यादा इफेक्टिव है या इनमें इफेक्टिवनेस नहीं है. तीनों मेथड एक जैसे हैं. तो अगर हमको ये पता चल जाए कि इन तीनों ग्रुप में अंतर है तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि देयर इज इफेक्टिवनेस इन वन ऑफ द मेथड, यानी वन ऑफ द मेथड इज मोस्ट इफेक्टिव. और अगर इन तीनों ग्रुप में अंतर नहीं आता है तो हम ये कहेंगे कि हाँ, तीनों मेथड जो है एक सामान्य है. देयर इज नो सिग्निफिकेंट डिफरेंस इन द 3 ग्रुप. सो उसमें कोई इफेक्टिवनेस नहीं है किसी एक पर्टिकुलर मेथड में. सो नाउ लेट अस सॉल्व दिस. उसके लिए पहला स्टेप होगा, वी हैव टू स्क्वायर these score. X1 का स्क्वायर कर लेना है तो 6 6 you'll get 36, 4, 9, 25, 16. Then 16, 4, 25, 1, 9. 36, 25, 16, 16 and 36. इसका सबका टोटल हमें नीचे लिख लेना है. So x1 it will be represented as sigma x1 and this will be represented as sigma x1 square. Similarly, this sigma x2. This sigma x2 square. This as sigma x3, and this one as sigma x3 square. So just टोटल है, अगर हम इसको टोटल करें तो इसमें जो स्कोर आता है ये x1 का 20, इसको हम फिर से लिख दे रहे हैं नीचे 20, इसका 90, इसका 15, इसका 55, इसका 25 और इसका 129 यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, लेकिन हमने इसको फिर से लिख दिया है। अब इसके बाद there are 5 steps to find out the F ratio. So let us discuss. Step 1. Step 1, that is known as correction. Which is represented by C. Sigma x square upon n. So what is sigma x? Sigma x will be equal to sigma x1 plus sigma x2 plus sigma x3. तो इसको अगर हम टोटल करें, so we have seen sigma x1 20, 15 and 25. So 20, 15 plus 25, which is equal to 60. So this will be equal to 60 upon n. N, that is total number of students. So in each group 5 are there, so total number will be 50. But here it is square, sigma x square. So we will write square. Now if you are going to solve it out, that is 60 into 60 divided by 50, then you will get an answer of 240. So let's rub this. So remember, correction is sigma x whole square. X means grand sum. So this will become 240. Now coming to the next step. So step 2 is sum of square total. We can write in short SST, which can be written as sigma x square minus c. So what is sigma x square? That is grand total. So we find it out that grand sum of total square is sigma x square will be equal to sigma x1 square plus sigma x2 square plus sigma x3 square. So you can check it from here. Sigma x1 square is 90, then sigma x2 square is 55, and then sigma x2 square is 129. So 90 plus 55 plus 129. So if you are going to total it, sorry, this is 55. This is 55. So if you are going to total it, it will become 274. Yes. So it will become 274. C, we have already calculated C, that is correction, which is 240 minus 240. So this will become 274 minus 240. So this will become 34. So I think this is clear. Sum of square total is grand sum of square minus correction, which will be equal to 34. Now coming to the next step. So the next step is to find out the sum of square between so you can represent it as SSB, which can be written as sigma x1 square upon n1 plus sigma x2 square upon n2 plus sigma x3 square, it is whole square, sigma 1 whole square, sigma x2 whole square, and sigma x3 whole square minus C. So sum of square between will be sigma x1 whole square upon n1, sigma x2 whole square upon n2, and sigma x3 whole square upon n3 minus C. So let us solve this. We know sigma x1, you can see here it is 20, sigma x2 is 55, no, sigma x2 is 15, and sigma x3 is 25. So you can simply write 20 square, n1 is 5, that is number of students in the first group, n2 is number of students in the third group, and n3 x3 is number of students in n3 is number of students in the third group, plus sigma x2 is 15, and sigma x3 is 25. Minus C. What is value of C? It is 240. So if you solve it out, 20 into 20, it will become 400 plus 15 square, it is 225 plus 25 square, I think it is 625, because 5 is common in all the three, so we can write in this way upon 5, and minus 240, minus 240, that is correction. So I think final value, it will be 250 minus 240, which will be equal to 10. So instead of writing whole, I am writing 10 here. So sum of square between is 10. Now coming to the next step, that is step 4. It is sum of square within, that is SSW. The formula for which is sum of square total minus sum of square between. Sum of square total minus sum of square between. So sum of square total we have already calculated, that was 34. So we write 34, and sum of square between we have already calculated here, it is 10. So we are going to write 10. So it will become 24. So sum of square within is 24. So these are the 4 basic steps. Then one more step, that is the last one, step 5, that is table of analysis of variance. So let me rub this side. So I have left the blackboard and drawn this table, that is step 5. So step 5 is analysis of variance table. So 4 columns are there: source of variation, degree of freedom, sum of square, mean square or variance. So source of variation, they are the two between group and within group. So we have already calculated here. So for between group variance, degree of freedom is k minus 1. What is k? K means number of columns, that is number of groups. So 3 groups were there, so 3 minus 1, which is equal to 2. For within group, the degree of freedom is n minus k. N is total number of students. So in all the 3 groups, in each group 5 students were there, the total 15. So 15 minus 3. K, I think all of you must be knowing now that k is number of columns. So 15 minus 3, it is 12. Now we have also calculated the sum of square. The sum of square for between group, that is 10. For within group, that is 24. You can check it from here that we have already calculated. So we have put the value here. Now the last is mean square or variance. For mean square or variance, what we are going to do, we will divide this sum of square with the degree of freedom. Here also with the degree of freedom. So here degree of freedom is 2. So 10 divided by 2. Here 24 divided by 12. So we get 2 variance. For between group we get variance, and for within group we get variance. So here we will get 5 and here we will get 2. Now F ratio. In the starting I discussed what is F ratio, that is larger variance upon the smaller variance, or between group variance upon within group variance. So we can write F ratio as larger variance upon smaller variance. So larger variance is 5 and smaller variance is 2. So the value is 2.1. So we got the calculated F value as 2.5. So calculated F value is 2.5. Now what we are going to do? We are going to check the table of F ratio. From the book, you can see from the book the table with 2 degrees of freedom. What are the degree of freedom? So the table value and 12, because here is 2 and 12. So you can check table value 2 and 12 degree of freedom at 0.05 millimeter. You can see from the table the value of, so it is 3.88. So as it is mentioned, it is 3.88. So our calculated value is less than the table value. So our calculated value is less than the table value, which you can see. So as we have already discussed earlier, in t-test also, when the calculated value is less than the table value, then we can say that there is no difference between the groups. So now how many groups were there? There were 3 groups. So we can say that there is no difference in the effectiveness of teaching among the 3 groups. तो 3 ग्रुप में जो हमने अलग अलग तरीकों से पढ़ाया था, 3 विधियों के द्वारा पढ़ाया था और हमको स्कोर्स मिले थे, उन स्कोर्स में हमको कोई अंतर नहीं मिला, कोई सार्थक अंतर 0.05 स्तर पर हमको नहीं मिला, जिसकी वजह से हम ये कह सकते हैं कि तीनों ग्रुप में कोई अंतर नहीं है. So teaching methods were not effective, they are all similar. तो इस तरह से आप इसका इंटरप्रिटेशन लिख सकते हैं. There is no difference in the teaching effectiveness of all the 3 methods. So this was all about the F test or F ratio. I think it is clear to all of you. Thank you, class.